Hello everyone! Thank you all for the questions, your brilliant, interesting questions for me. It's very unusual way to answer them in this format, like an interview. Yeah, it's a big responsibility for me. So I divided questions into 3 groups. The first refers to my Shaolin experience. The second one relates to our Kung Fu Fan course. And the third group is personal questions, So, are you ready? Let's go! How did you come to the decision to go and train at the temple in China? How did you end up at the Shaolin Temple? So it was easy decision. I started doing Kung Fu in Moscow. I chose the school close to my home. And once it turned out that this school is the official representation of the Shaolin Temple in entire Russia. And its teacher is a really warrior monk. The school offers to go to the temple once a year, every year, to develop our skills, to learn profound practice, and it was big chance for me. I thought it would help me because the training was very difficult, both for mentally and physically. Yeah, it was difficult. The next question is, did you have prior experience? Apparently, I have already learned Kung Fu around 6 months. However, I had no idea what is Shaolin training experience. What does it mean? Probably it's like boot camp or rangers camp. I don't know. I didn't know. It was interesting to discover. The next question is, everyone can go to study in this temple? Yes, everyone. I was there twice in different years, and every time approximately for 3 weeks. The next question is, it is expensive, the training is very hard, did you enjoy it? What a clever trick! 3 questions in one. So, part 1. It cost about $1,500. Now I don't know. I saved money for this trip a couple of months, purposefully, of course. The training was hard, very hard, because there were 3 workouts a day for 2 and more hours, and my body didn't have enough time to rest, to regenerate, if you like it. So, and Chinese food didn't help me either, because it didn't give me energy. You know, it's very spicy and it's very specific food, unusual, and it's often disgusting. Yeah, really. And you know, I lost 7 kilograms of weight in 3 weeks. It's not normal, I know, but I survived. Because pleasure and enjoyment from this process, it's the key point of my Shaolin experience. I really like it because I have never experienced something like that, really. Next question is, why did your teacher call you a snake? He called me a little snake, like a snake baby. Because I was really interested in study of snake kung fu style, yeah, famous style. It wasn't his present view. He just saw my potential for development in my movements. However, I was insecure and a bit shy, but at the same time, I was able to make sharp throws. And this is why he called me Snake Baby, because I couldn't guide my power, my energy at the right time, to the right place. I was a bit awkward, Snake Baby. Next question is, how did organizing that go? It wasn't difficult, I just put my name on the list of those who wanted to go, and then I deposit some money and went. At the right time, I just went. So, but probably it was a kind of another question about how to organize ourselves mentally for this trip. I don't know. No way. Just let you to say yourself, woohoo! An adventure awaits me! And go ahead. Because it's easy. In karate, there is a rank system. Does the Shaolin Temple have a rank system? There are some sort of skill levels there, and each level is conferred by specific tests. However, the Shaolin monks, for themselves, it's more spiritual, it's more closed, it refers to their religion, like Buddhism, yeah, something like that. But for foreign students who aren't monks, they also need to pass some exams. So in the first exam, just to show what you can do in front of a bat and in front of lots of people from there. And I'm also going through various tests right now. I do this because I'm a professional kung fu instructor, kung fu teacher, and I don't want that my government has lots of questions for me when I teach Chinese martial art in Russia. So yes, I have a certificate from the Wushu Federation, and I'm certificated teacher. So yes, it's really another type of test, another type of range. Do you ever go back to the temple for training? Sure, yes, and I want to be there one more time, perhaps with my little daughter.
What was training like at Shaolin Temple?
It's a very interesting question. I would like to ask you, my turn ask you, have you ever heard of the Fort Boyard TV show? Yeah, it's probably a French TV program. Yeah, so it was very popular in Russia in 90s. Do you remember what kind of people was there? The people were running, they were overcoming some difficulties, and they were doing some tests, yeah, and to get prize. Yeah, it's the main reason. So the Shaolin is like this, yeah, but without explanations what we should do and without competition, of course. We uh, we run, we jump, push from the ground. We trained really, really hard. And one interesting moment was there. Our young teachers, monk teachers, couldn't speak Russian, couldn't speak English, only Chinese. So sometimes they used an online translator in their phones. It was very funny. Our big challenge was to set understanding and acceptance between two different, absolutely different groups of people, between Russian monkeys and between very serious young Shaolin monks. It was a big challenge for us. We learned to understand each other without words, and we developed our intuition. When I say we, I mean me and a group of people from a Russian Kung Fu school. And our main Kung Fu teacher from Moscow, he visited Shaolin every year with us. He accompanies us, and sometimes he helped us. He solved the communication problems, but he didn't do it every time, because he was leading the group of Russian people with health problem. Yeah, these people took a risk and went to the China to improve their health, and it was big role for our Kung Fu teacher from Moscow. So, summary. This kind of experience was like an was like in life. It was difficult, it was hard, it was unclear, but we have already done it indeed. I've survived. Yeah, I like repeat it again and again. Yes, because we all trusted the way. I trusted the way. I started to trust myself. Shaolin experience made me stronger, more resilient, more open, and it made me sense, and it gave me an opportunity to improve the quality of my existence. Yeah, it completely changed my life. So I see a kind of personal question, but refers to Shaolin. Okay, may I ask, were you already in a relationship back then? If yes, how did he take it that you were there for a longer time? Yes, I was in a relationship. What I can say, he accepted it. It wasn't easy, but finally we found a compromise. Yeah, we are doing this every day. So the questions from the part 2. How did you and Natalie meet? It was very ordinary. She found me on the internet, actually on the Kung Fu school website in Moscow. Wanted to learn Kung Fu online. And then she became my student. I always see beautiful Mounties in the back of a lot of your videos. Is that in Russia? Thank you so much. Yes, it's Russia. This is southernmost part of our country. Will there be T-shirts? Oh, thank you for this idea. Yes, I like it, and Natalie likes it. So yes, we will do it. Why not? What words of advice to anyone who is starting out on their journey of Kung Fu fans? That's a wonderful question, really. Yeah, and my answer is typical for Chinese teacher. My advice is not try to overcome difficulties, just accept them. And it's also important to keep a distance between your routine, circumstances, decisions, obsessions with a result. Yeah, it's very important. Divide them. And third, if you are frustrated because you can't do something because it's so hard, life so hard, and this exercise so hard, it means you are on the right path of self-awareness. It's big chance to learn yourself better, to understand yourself better, to develop your potential, to open your eyes to the world, to open your mind. It's a big part of this knowledge. Next question is, after this course is over, what is the next step? The next step for whom? Okay, probably for me. For me, the next step is to launch another course, and then another, and then another, you know, as far as it goes. No, but for you, of course, probably it's for you. For you, it's to analyze what happened to you during this period, and maybe you didn't even have time to start this course. Yeah, and what is your next step? I don't know. Next question is, where do you see the future of the peaceful warriors? It's a very interesting question, and it made me think a lot. The future of the peaceful warriors next to their inner calls. Do you agree with me? Yeah, it's kind of a poetic image. I don't know, do you want to create a group for these guys? And there we will discuss our future, discuss together. We will think about together. I think it's a really nice idea. So, convert lots of people from different countries which experience different culture and speak different language, convert them into one interesting place to find out what human being to be able to do. The next question is, how did you find your temple teacher? Do you believe in accidents that are not accidental? It seems it's my case. I wasn't looking for a right teacher, for a right temple. I was listening to my inner call, and my heart said to myself, you need to find kung fu schools. Yeah, really. I kept in my mind this idea around 1 year. So, and I found my school, my teacher, because I had enough patience. Yeah, I wasn't rushed in this case. So the next question is, how long have you been practicing Kung Fu? I have been practicing Kung Fu since 2014. Yes, the next question is, what started your interest in fans in Kung Fu? Yes, very interesting question. I had mastering the first stage of Kung Fu practice, and I needed to improve it, yeah, to improve the level, and I had to choose a weapon to train with it. So I tried the pole, a saber, a sword, a spear. They were very interesting props, but the fun suited me more. I analyzed it, and I see that because the fun is often ignored by other people. No, they say it's for ladies, aristocrats, for rest time, or for entertainment. It's not so difficult, but I think actually a fun choose me. The next question is, what does a typical day of training look like for you? So I usually go to my Kung Fu school to practice. I study with my master, my teacher, Sifu, or with my colleagues. Yeah, this is around 3 hours of practice at one time. And then I just try to polish something at my home. Yeah. I used to do Kung Fu more several years ago. But life is life. It's so typical for human being. The next question is, where do you get the great outfits and shoes that you wear? Oh, really? Great shoes. Yeah, I suppose you're asking about Chinese clothes, specific clothes, that called Yifu. Yifu translated from Chinese as cloth. Very simple. So most of them I bought in China when I was traveling there. The rest of my clothes I bought here in Russia, and sometimes AliExpress helps me. So, oh, the next question is, what is your inner call? Listen to this call. I'll start from afar. Many years ago, I asked myself, how do I want to live my life? Yeah, and recently I read lines from the philosopher Nietzsche. He wrote, one must learn to be a sponge if one wants to be loved by hearts of overflow. I don't take it quite literally. It's not about the excess of love from other people. Yeah, it's about creation. So that life is full and entire with beautiful moments, with beautiful manifestations, and I would be happy to be accepted by world. Let world takes me, but not the chaos of mundanes or routine. No, no, like a life to live like in a squirrel wheel, in a squirrel cage. It's not for me, because human being cannot live like squirrel, cannot live like rabbit. Human being will not be satisfied with this type of life. Yeah, life of squirrel. This is why I try to strive for this, in the hope of growing through granite. Yeah, this is hard. This is very hard. Question is, what makes you free and happy? My personal school of freedom and happiness is to enjoy the process of life, is to enjoy the possibilities of my thinking. Yeah, and I'm happy to stop confronting to the world around me, but sometimes it's really difficult because we see lots of violence. Natalie calls me a peaceful warrior. Yeah, it's her definition. Because I separate real power and violence. And you know, this is why I encourage you to mind your power, because the power opposites violence. Violence is form of compensation. It's really a lack of power, lack of strength. Anger is stupid. Yeah, and but real power is more peaceful. I'm happy to develop my thinking skills, by attending sort of philosophical workshops. It really makes me happy. Next question is, what makes your life complete? The moments of profound aesthetic experience, like spending time with nature, yeah, and visiting the gallery. So making such a discovery, and yeah, and doing kung fu, and a sense of unity with other people, with you. The next question is, what are your favorite hobbies? I have two my favorite hobbies. The first one is gardening, and the second one is drawing. Yeah, I like draw, and I'm drawing postcards now. The next question is, what are some of your favorite books? I like one book so much. It's book of American writer John Updike. Oh, actually, he was born in Pennsylvania. Yeah, we have a student from there. I'm very happy. This book called, I'm not sure how it pronounced in English, Centaur. It refers to ancient Greek mythologies. John Updike added a very interesting parallel between destiny of Centaur from ancient Greek mythology to very ordinary life of an American from the 50s of 20th century. So I also like Leo Tolstoy, of course. I'm Russian. uh, the next question is, what type of music energizes you? You know, it's not music energizes me. People and lots of sun energize me. But I am music lover, yes. I like different music, different types of music. For example, like rock. Yeah. At the same time, I like Renaissance music, or Chinese traditional music, or Muslim music. It depends on my mood. And you know, music very important for us because it connects with our deepest emotions. If you could have three wishes, what would they be? Come on. Oh, yeah, very interesting, very tough question. I prefer to spend this type of gift on the ability to speak foreign languages like English, Chinese, and the dessert is Spanish. So, guys, thank you all for listening to me. Yeah, and thank you for asking me your questions. It was very interesting and it's very unusual for me. Speak more in English. You know, I have some problems. So, guys, my big hugs for you. Yeah, and see you on your path of your power. See you soon.